I never thought a joke could feel like a knife. That morning over breakfast, I had teased her about Mark, my longtime friend, saying, "Be honest, you only laugh at his stupid jokes because you like him." She paused mid-sip, eyes flicking to mine, and smirked. "How could you tell?" she whispered, almost too softly for me to hear. My chest tightened. I laughed it off, convinced it was just playful teasing. But something in her tone, it didn't sit right. The next few days, I started noticing tiny shifts, things I'd ignored before. Her phone, usually tucked away, now hovered on the kitchen counter screen up, a laugh escaping her while she typed messages, then quickly hiding the screen. When I walked by, Mark would call, and she'd suddenly grow distant, distracted. I blamed myself first. Paranoia, maybe. I had been grumpy lately, stressed at work. I tried to chalk it up to that, but it was impossible to ignore the pattern. She canceled dinner plans without a real reason, spent more hours than usual at the store or helping her friend. The moments we shared, the quiet evenings, the way she'd brush my hand, started feeling staged, rehearsed. My gut twisted every time she smiled at her phone. It was a Tuesday when the first undeniable hint came. I had left my laptop open in the living room. A message popped up on the screen. "Can't wait to see you tonight, face blowing a kiss," from an unfamiliar number. My first instinct was denial. Maybe it was spam, a friend sending the wrong message. But then I scrolled further. Her name at the top. My name nowhere. My heart sank into a pit I couldn't climb out of. I confronted her that evening. My voice was quiet, controlled, though inside I felt like screaming. "Who's this?" I asked, sliding the phone across the table. She froze. Her eyes darted to mine, wide, guilty. "It's nothing," she said, voice trembling. "Nothing." I repeated, my hands gripping the counter, "because it looks like everything to me." Her walls crumbled slowly. She admitted it, Mark. They had been seeing each other for months. Every smile, every touch I thought was love, she reserved for him when I wasn't looking. I remember the way her voice cracked, the shame in her eyes, but it did little to soften the sting in my chest. I felt betrayed not just by her, but by the life we had built together, the trust one had freely given. In the following weeks, I replayed memories like broken records. The time she said she was staying late at the office, the quiet weekend when I thought she was reading by the fire. Every gesture, every word, suddenly laced with deceit. Nights were the worst. Lying beside her, feeling the warmth of someone who wasn't mine, suffocating under the weight of my own heartbreak. But the real turning point wasn't anger. It was the silence between us, the way I could no longer recognize the person I had shared my world with. I had to make a choice, linger in betrayal or reclaim myself. I chose the latter. We met one last time at the park where we had first kissed. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I just watched her, tears threatening, as she tried to explain her weakness, her loneliness, her guilt. I held her gaze for a long moment, then whispered, "I loved you fully. You chose otherwise." And I walked away, leaving behind the echoes of laughter that now felt like lies. Walking away wasn't easy, but it was mine. Every step away was a small reclaiming of dignity, of self-respect. Months later, when I think of her, it's not with hatred, but with a quiet sorrow and a reminder that love does excuse betrayal. I learned that some jokes, some truths, are more dangerous than we ever imagine. And sometimes, the only closure comes not from revenge, not from confrontation, but from the courage to simply let go.